Good morning, Dr. Diamante. Good morning, Dr. Diamante, Dr. Marilyn Oba, Dr. Giselle Zonil. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, Dr. Gita.
Good morning, ma'am. How are you?
Yes, good morning, ma'am.
Great.
I'm okay.
I feel
How
great
about you?
today.
Shall we start, ma'am?
I am scheduled at 12 noon.
We can start now, ma'am. This is the exact time to start the program today.
All right.
Yeah.
But there are only 5 of us here. Is it okay?
They will join on by their time only, ma'am. Already we have informed all the presenters and speakers. They said they will join by their time only.
Dr. Gita, will you play the national anthem of India and the Philippines before I begin?
Ma'am, if you want to include that today. Ma'am, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. We do not have the PowerPoint for that. So can we just go straight to the introduction?
Yes, ma'am. You can go straightly. You can go there, ma'am. From the introduction, what is there for day to script, you can go ahead, ma'am.
All right. Okay. Thank you
Okay.
so much.
Okay.
Good
Thank you,
morning,
ma'am. Thank you.
everyone. Good morning, everyone. Again, I would like to extend a hearty welcome to all attendees of the first International Conference on Life Sciences and Multidisciplinary Healthcare Approaches, or ICLSMHA 2026. And the theme of the conference is Bridging Science and Practice, Multidisciplinary Approaches to Health and Wellness. Moreover, for the Second International Conference on Social Sciences, Teaching and Education, Engineering and Technology, or ICSTEET 2026. And theme of the conference is Bridging the Gap, Innovations and Challenges in Social Sciences, Teaching and Education, Engineering and Technology. All right, so let us proceed with the introduction. Good morning again. I invite you all to this first international conference for ICLSMHA 2025 and ICST 2026. This conference offers researchers, delegates, and scholars an incredible chance to interact with each other and share their experiences and knowledge, to engage in insightful discussions and share cutting-edge research findings, advancements, and best practices in the life sciences, healthcare, education, and engineering, and technology, social sciences, and humanities field. Let me tell you about SERADA, the Conferred Educational Research and Development Association, or SERADA, is an internationally recognized, globally operating multidisciplinary professional research and development association. Conferred Educational Research and Development Association, or SERADA, aims to integrate researchers and academicians working in the microdisciplines of science and technology fostering collaboration and innovation across a broad spectrum of fields. Comfort Educational Research and Development Association, or CERADA, dedicated to building a dynamic community of professionals, educators, researchers, and innovators in the realm of engineering, science and technology, business and management, social sciences, and humanities and education. Their forums and affiliates include distinguished professionals and organizations, all working together with a common goal to be champions of science in safeguarding the earth. Serada provides a top-tier platform for scientists like you, researchers like us, academicians, and business leaders by hosting conferences and publishing groundbreaking research. Serada conferences serve as a dynamic platform for experts and visionaries to advance the frontiers of education, engineering, and technology, social sciences, and humanities, fostering collaboration, innovation, and interdisciplinary growth. Okay, let me tell you about the conference. The first international conference on life sciences and multidisciplinary healthcare approaches, or ICLSMHA 2026. All right, that was Sarada promo video. The purpose of the conference ICLSMHA is to bring together researchers, healthcare professionals, academicians, and industry experts from different disciplines to interact and collaborate. To provide a global platform for collaboration, promote knowledge exchange, encourage multidisciplinary integration, address global healthcare challenges, bridge science and practical application, support innovation and future advancement, facilitate networking and partnerships. The purpose of the conference ICSTEET is to bring together academicians, researchers, educators, and engineers to exchange ideas across social sciences, education, engineering, and technology, and to promote research and innovation, enhance teaching and learning, bridge this partnership.
Ma'am, your voice is not audible and your video is also not visible, ma'am.
Hello, good morning. Hello.
Good morning, sir. Good morning.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible, sir.
So I'm going to present now.
Just a minute, sir. Ma'am, Dr. Gina Plains, are you there? Dr. Gina Plains? Sir, you can start your speech, sir. You can share your screen.
Okay, I'm going to share my screen. Thank you. Okay, so good morning, everyone. My screen is visible. Hello? And I'm audible?
Yes, sir. Your screen is visible and audible. You can proceed.
Okay, so to the conference committee members of this Sirada, to the partner school, the World City College and St. Dominic College of Asia, to the co-host, Dr. Gina Planes, to the guest speakers and the researchers and presenters, good morning. So the topic today, I'm going to share with about the human connection, architecting the bridge between the love and life. So the human connection, architecting the bridge between love and life. So we are currently living in a golden age of discovery. We can sequence a genome in ours and map the natural pathways of empathy, yet the distance between a breakthrough in a peer-reviewed journal and a change in patients' daily habit remains in average of 17 years. That 17 years gap is not just a delay, it's a failure of translation. Today, we are not just talking about health, we are talking about the architecture of the bridge required to close the gap. From multidisciplinary to transdisciplinary. Since science had traditionally functioned in virtual silos, biology, psychology, sociology, and data science, each mending their own business. However, well-being is inherently horizontal. We're going to go with the multidisciplinary, so working side by side but maintaining separate goals and boundaries, while interdisciplinary is working together to solve a common problem with integrated knowledge. The shift here is that moving from multidisciplinary, it's a working together, to transdisciplinary or merging perspectives to create new framework. The insight is that a cardiologist and an urban architect might have more to say to each other about heart health, than they realize. Okay. Unexpected connections. What is this? What could be the unexpected? When a cardiologist, architecture collaborate, conversation from fields of designing workable the solutions to heart health, not the clinic but on design. The context of the gap is that despite abundant health data, chronic lifestyle diseases are rising. The disciplinary lies in the messiness of real-world practice versus pristine data. We have more data than ever, yet chronic lifestyle diseases are rising. Why? Because science often focuses on the mechanism, while practice deals with the messiness. The reality is that a perfect multidisciplinary fails if it does not account for food deserts, cultural heritage, or the stress of a 12 hours shift. So we're going to have this integrating behavioral economics and anthropology into clinical practice to make healthy choices. What we called easy choices. Okay? So the limitation of data without context is that a perfect nutritional study fails in application when it ignores food deserts, cultural heritage, or the sheer exhaustions of a single parent working two jobs. Data tells us what to do. Context dictates what is possible. In bridging the gap to the context by integrating behavioral economics, done this. Okay, technology as scaffolding. AI and wearable tech are crucial, but they are just parts of the bridge, not the structure itself. We understand that AI is not actually, does not mean when we say AI, automatically it will replace human beings in workplace, etc. But we consider that AI is just only a tool that we are going to use in our daily activities, especially in the office works. Okay? So, the human element, we must ensure that digital health tools enhance the practitioner-patient's relationship rather than replacing it with an algorithm. AI is just a tool. Always remember that. It's not automatically that AI will replace human beings in doing a job, especially in practitioners. Equity in innovations, a bridge that only the wealthy can cross, is a failure of public health. Okay. The human elements in technology, digital tools must enhance, not replace the practitioner's patient's relationship. Empathy cannot be automated. Technology provides the data, human provide the care. Always remember that AI, there is no what we called we say that the AI has no feelings at all because it's still a machine. They cannot replace human beings. Okay, so equity and innovation a bridge that the only wealthy can cross is a failure to a public health. So what? The question is the so what? What are we going to do right now? The measure of success is not number of papers we publish or the new gadgets we launch. It is the speed and empathy with which we apply what we know to how we live. We're going to apply of what we know and to how we live. Okay? So our goal is to build a world with the most sophisticated science feels like common sense in the hands of the practitioner and like a better in the heart of the individual. Because the future of well-being does not live in a lab or a clinic. It lives in the intersections of both. Meaning that the measure of success is the speed and the empathy of applying knowledge to life. Okay? So, let's stop building taller ivory tower because the future of well-being does not live in a lab or a clinic, but it lives in the intersections of both. So I think you can have this, an idea in a short message of mine. So thank you very much and good morning, everyone, and good luck to all the presenters. I hope that this research conference can give more knowledge and ideas to a future researchers in different part of this universe. Thank you very much and good morning, everyone. God bless us all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Renante Diamante. By the way, I wasn't able to mention that he is the Dean of the College of Information and Communication Technology from Iloilo State University of Fisheries, Science and Technology, Philippines. Thank you so much, Dr. Renante.
Welcome po. Welcome. Thank you.
All right. At this point, we want to welcome Professor Dr. Khalid Hussein. Okay, Dr. Khalid Hussein is a professor, Cybersecurity School of Computing, and Informatics, Al-Bukhari International University, Malaysia, to deliver his keynote speech. But before that, I would like to read his biography. Professor, School of Computing and Informatics at Al-Bukhari International University, Ahor Setar, Kedah, Malaysia. In addition to this, he is also a member of the Senate and a member of the Board of Governors at Al-Bukhari International University. Before this, he was working as a professor of cyber and security at Superior University, Labor, and campus director at National Superior Institute of Science and Technology, or NSIST, Islamabad. Previously, he had served as Dean of the Faculty Computer Science and Campus Director of Barani Institute of Science, or ARID Agricultural University, for the last 1 year and a half. He also served as at the University of Lahore as Dean Faculty of Computer Science and Information Technology for 3 years. Dr. Khalid has vast university industry experience during his tenure in the industry. He served in the defense-related projects, and in recognition of his service, he has been awarded commendation certificates by multi-government agencies. He joined academia in 2008 as a full-time faculty member, in addition to his teaching role, as he has been involved in numerous research projects, ICT training, seminars, and workshops, especially in the domain of cybersecurity. He helped set up a pioneer setup for information network security certification in Pakistan. He also introduced EC Council certification under the first academia industry partnership. That project started from a one-room office and has grown into a fully functional campus of RIPHAH University. He did his PhD from Malaysia under a fully funded UTM or HEC scholarship. Up until now, he published 1 patent and 141 papers, out of which 98 are ISI indexed. Impact factor 23 are in HEC approved journals, and 20 are in IEEE and ACM conferences. Except for this, he also has 27 books, chapters, and 7 books in his credit. His culminating impact factor is 83.032. He has completed 6 applied research projects in the domain of information security funded by NESCOM and other funding agencies. Currently, he has won 4 research projects, 1 from the Fundamental Research Grant Scheme, or the FRGS, 1 matching grant, 1 from the Selogor Research Grant, and 1 from funding agents. Currently, he has 1 for matching grant, 1 from Selogor Research Grant, and 1 from WHO for an amount of 40 million, wow, USD. Up until now, 37 MS and 06 PhD students completed the research thesis under his supervision. Currently, he is supervising 13 MS and 5 PhD students. In reward for his contribution towards the information security, SATHA awarded him the gold medal in 2025. Ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome him again, Dr. Khalil Hussain. You may have the floor.
Thank
Dr.
you very much,
Hussain.
Dr. Gina. Thank you so very much for a brief introduction about me. I'm really honored to be here as a part of this conference as a speaker. So, from my side, I would like to say my sincere thanks to everyone who is here and then listening to me, especially. Especially, I'm very much grateful to the conference management and Ms. Shoria, and especially to my to the World Research Union. So, which they have to be just give me this opportunity to work to just says to share my all these can say all my views regarding this my presentation, which is as you know about that my bit expertise is there in cybersecurity. So today's talk will be in line with the cybersecurity perspective, as then also be with respect to the inculcation of cyber AI as well. So that's why that's the thing. Today's I'm just trying to highlight few things about AI and then AI with cybersecurity and cybersecurity with AI. So it is very, you can say nowadays, very hot topic and then very touching points that too, but everyone should be take care of all these things which I am today try to highlight over there, and then also the future perspective as well. So nowadays, this is also my talk about my. So today's topic is with respect to my talk is cybersecurity. Yes. AI and cybersecurity is just to call a double-edged sword. So I'm as a Dr. Gina just shared with you. Professor Dr. Khalid Hussain, working as Professor Cybersecurity in School of Computing and Informatics, Al-Bukhari International University, Malaysia. So over here, my prime responsibility is teaching, but I'm also heading Center of Excellence as Director of Research and Innovation Center. So this is altogether what the project Dr. Gina just mentioned over here. Yes, I am currently working on those projects, and if anyone from this forum wants to be a part of my project, I will ask to welcome, and then I will also be request to share their expertise with respect to these things. So this is also sequence of my presentation, but I'm going to skip off this thing because of the limitation of time. So most of the time, people will asking what actually the AI is. AI is a cognitive task, and then this is the combination of some algorithm, machine learning, deep learning, and NLP. And most of the time, we are going to do this type of pattern recognition. I think everyone is very much aware about the pattern recognition. And then cognitive task is basically mental activities that require processing information as we want to solve our problem, decision making, and learning as well. Nowadays, as you know, there are many more AI tools are there, which is going to learn from us and then according to that, they will try to help to other ones for in problem solving and decision making as well. So this is one of the element of AI. And then second one is machine learning, and then deep learning and natural language processing as well. I'm sorry for that. So this is actually the hot thing from my side, which I am going to be just highlight over here. Why I'm talking about the AI, that AI is a double-edged sword, because where the AI is going to help to the victim in protecting all the to just detect and then anomalies in the same way, and then give them the prediction to once the breach is going to be occurred, and then the AI is also trying to help the users to prevent their assets, their valuable records, according to the nature of the, and then the AI can also help to protect all those information before any anomaly is going to be occurred during that time. Whereas in the simultaneously as a sword, it is the AI also going to facilitate to the intruders to launch this polymorphic attack, and then try to convincing the deep fakes and all the other things, and then in a same way both side AI is going to help, so even though the user or the intruders as well. So where the intruders can try to get the password, to crack the password, to get the anomalies, to get the vulnerability information, to get into breach into the system, where it will take days and days. And now, with the help of AI, it is going to be occur in the number of the minutes or hours as well. So this is actually with respect to the AI. So investment surge, and then globally cybersecurity market projected to skyrocket from approximately $25 billion in 2024. And then it is also together based, it is going to be prediction that in 2030, it will be nearly $93 billion. So with respect to this, then 24% of compound annual growth rate reflects the necessary automatic defense against the increasing sophisticated threats. And then the source is also be there, which I mentioned in at the bottom of the graph. So it is already the information is online available. So that's why I just put it over there. And then once we're talking about the shield, so once we talked about that how we are going to signal analysis. So only Microsoft analyze over 78 trillion security signals on the daily basis, which is cannot be able, I think human cannot be possible to process it, this huge volume of the signals. So and then pattern recognition establish a baseline of normal for network traffic and user behavior, which is going to be indicated inside the threats or zero-day exploits. So reduction of noise, AI assist SOC. So analytics by filtering out false positive up to 40% reduction. This is altogether be human force on genuine critical threats. The other side of the sword, if we talk about core defense capability, threats hunting, proactive research through network to detect hidden threats, and SOAR. So response allows system to automatically isolate infected device or block the IPs without human intervention. So this is altogether the tools which can be helpful the users to automatically block all those devices which is going to be harm for their valuable assets. And then predictive analysis using historical data, AI can predict future attacks vector and vulnerable assets, following organization to pass holes before they are exploited. So, automating with respect to the sword, as I told you, that the other side of that sword edge, the other side of that, it is weaponized as AI, then automating the attack chain, AI scale defense, its sales often cybercrime user generative AI to write polymorphic malware code to change its signature every time it replicate to avoid antivirus detection. Whereas he is not going to do many more efforts for that, and then he is trying to go do all these things. That just a small software, warm GPT, allow attacker with minimal coding knowledge to launch sophisticated attack. Attacker are also using AI to scan for vulnerability faster than the patch cycle, as I mentioned previously, that how AI is going to facilitate to the intruder, whereas the users to detect or to prevent the data. So previously, all intruders want to get in all the password cracking, all the variable information, cryptanalysis, all these things, or intruders may require some amount of time. But with the help of AI nowadays, he is going to not putting a lot of effort, but he can get many more information and can get the immediate vulnerability in the system and can penetrate easily. So this is the most common attack nowadays is going to be evolved, that is called phishing attack. So phishing attack is email not only grammatically perfect, but contextually aware, leading the drastically higher click-through the rate. This graph shows that how in the every quarter from 4th quarter of 2022 till one quarter of 2024, rapidly increasing of these attack. And then in 2026, it is going more and more. And quantitative analysis of Gen AI, the tools which we are using for useful and then potential for malicious use as well. We can see over there this graph, this table, then GitHub Copilot is 90%, both sides of the 90% is this thing, and then it is going to be references there at the bottom of the table. And emerging AI threats, vectors, deepfake, and deepfake attack increased by 61% in the last year. These use generative adversarial network GAN to clone voice and faces of executive CEO frauds. So it is already there, and then by using of GAN, so intruders can clone the voice of a CEO and ask the author to his subordinates to do this type of the things and to let me know the password of the server, and then he can be able to get the password because just for using of this tool. So, and then he can do what actually he wants to do. And many more frauds nowadays are going to be, many more frauds, many more scams are going to be occurred by cloning of the voice of not only the CEOs, but actually the family members of family, the head of the family, or some of the very close member of the family. He can use the clone of the AI or the voice. So that's called for some money as well. So where is the data poisoning? Attackers subsequently craft the training data of our defensive AI model by inserting specific noise. They can teach the model to ignore malicious traffic, creating a permanent backdoor that is incredibly difficult to detect. So the origin of trust identity is the new parameter. In zero trust architecture, verifying identity is a paramount. Deep fake undermine the foundation. Voice phishing, as I described now, even though they are saying by phishing, and then to whom we call voice phishing, Only and only in 3 seconds audio clip, attacker can help desk pausing as employed to reset password. By using the voice phishing, intruders can just clone the voice of the supervisors as well as the CEOs to in a 3 seconds, and then can give the order of the subordinate to do what actually he wants to do. And then after that he can get the minimum time, the very short amount of the time can get their valuable information, and then synthetic identity combination, real and fake information to create new identities that pass standard KYC, know your customer check. So nowadays, as AI is taking boom, so previously, as now the last speakers told about that nowadays the human is going to be replaced, but human cannot be replaced with a machine. But it is no longer that machine is going to be versus there is another combination, there is a fight, there is a match with respect to machine versus machine. Defender use AI to patch hold and attacker use the AI to find them. So same machine versus machine is the, you can say the fight or all these things is going to be occur. And the winner is determined by who has the better training data and the faster compute cycles. On the basis of this, just two parameters, training of the data and then computational power, they can be win the race. So these are some real world case studies. I discussed with you the CEO fraud, ransomware, and then defensive. All these things are be nowadays taking the boom of that thing. The reality which we are going to accept nowadays, we must fight fire with the fire. As I told you that for this cybersecurity and AI, both is the double-edged sword. From every side, it is very sharp, and then it can be harm to everyone, the users and the intruders as well. So be careful for that if you are using this tool, even though sometimes somehow innocently we are using these tools to just protecting our data, but unintentionally we do the same thing to open the ports, and then where the intruders can get the opportunity to get in the system and then get your all valuable information. So at the end, it can the root is had as AI and then cybersecurity is taking boom day by day. Nowadays, in the last few days or last years, 2024, AI phishing spikes. But this year in 2026, fully autonomous SOC is there. And 2028 it will be the era of quantum plus AI encryption. And to 2030, AI versus AI warfare. And then the road will be moving ahead. And then let's see what will be situation in the next decade. With this, thank you very much for listening to me, and thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to just to discuss with you guys and to share the information with you guys. Thank you for listening, and thank you for this opportunity. Again, thank you, Dr. Kina, and then other researchers who are here, be a part of this session. I'm really thankful to everyone. So give me this opportunity, especially a World Research Union who organized this conference, and it is very valuable to share all the information, the latest information, to getting the latest information from this forum. So again, CREDA, congratulations to CREDA to give this opportunity to combine, to create this forum to share the knowledge of the high level researchers. So I'm also a very small student to learn from this forum. So once again, please accept my thousand thanks to Dr. Gina just to give me this opportunity, and thank you very much. If you have any question, please do let me know. So then I can be able to give you the answer. Thank you so very much.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Khalid Hussein. That was very wonderful in presentation. May I ask everyone to turn on your camera so that we'll have a photo ops? So we can a group photo. So we can see beautiful faces this morning.
Dr. Gila, your face is beautiful, not our face is very beautiful.
Thank you so much. Let me admit. All right. Dr. Giza, are you taking the picture? Just keep on smiling, everyone. Dr. Ramchandra, can you turn on the camera of your computer? Dr. Hamid Hasmer is with us as well. Keep on smiling. All right, are we done smiling? Dr. Gita, is that okay?
Yes, ma'am, you can proceed now.
All right, thank you so much. All right, at this point, I would like to read the biography of Professor Dr. Khalif Hassan Khan. All right, Dr. Khan is an expert in international trade and geoeconomics with a specialization in economic corridors and global financial architecture. He is the founder of the concept of corridor economics, a framework that examines how connectivity infrastructure reshapes global trade patterns, geopolitical dynamics, and regional economic integration. His research also contributes to the theoretical development in international trade, including the asymmetric distance and business cycles, or ADBC, framework, which reinterprets the role of distance in gravity-based trade model by incorporating asymmetric distance shocks within a new Keynesian DSGE framework. His scholarly work has been published in learning international journals, including the Journal of Economic Integration, Journal of Economic Asymmetries, Maritime Economics and Logistics, Research in Globalization, Complexity, India Quarterly, etc. He has also edited several academic books on economic corridors and global connectivity with internationally recognized publishers such as Springer, Routledge, Palgrave, Macmillan, etc. In addition to his academic research, he actively contributes policy commentaries on global economic and geopolitical development to prominent businesses. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, again, may I introduce to you again Professor Dr. Kashif Hassan Khan. Good morning. Dr. Hasif Kasan Khan, you may start your presentation.
Madam Dr. Khan is not around, I think so.
Ma'am, he is having internet issue.
Okay, can I start
So
mine, ma'am?
you can move to next speaker, Dr. Eriki Anandakumar.
Thank you so much.
Excuse me, Dr. Gina.
Yes, yes, sir.
Sorry, can I leave because at 10:30 I have a class. So can I leave now?
Okay, go ahead, sir.
Thank you so very much. Thank you very much.
So can we go to Dr. Solomon David? Dr. Geeta? Is Dr. Kashif Hassan Khan still waiting? So can we just ask Dr. Solomon David to proceed?
Can I start mine, ma'am? Because she announced Dr. Iriki. I have a class. That's what I'm just want to be finish up. Because she just mentioned.
All right.
Yes. Yeah, Dr. Iriki. Can you share my slides?
Okay. Dr. Geeta
Yeah.
will be sharing your
Yeah,
slide.
this is the one.
Okay. All right. Go ahead, Doctor.
Yeah, okay, right. You can share my slides, ma'am. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. All right. Shall I start mine?
Yes, sir, you can share.
Yeah, but I problem with sharing my one. Can you share yourself, man? Is it possible? I can just go through my one.
Yeah, just a minute.
Yeah. All right. So my talk is thank you for giving this opportunity, ICS, the team, and also it was a pleasure to present my new research on brain-controlled wheelchair using EEG signal processing. Now this is now booming of that signals to make the people, how the people just now the presentation. Can you hear me, madam? Is it audible, my voice?
Yes, you are audible, sir. Thank you,
Yeah,
Sir
yeah. All right.
Ricky.
So, yeah. And just now, professor says about AI technology, and it goes to AI goes not thinkable, not sensible. So similarly, the AI chips are inbuilt in our human being. How it could be works to the EEG signals process. That is my content in this one. So here, what should I am going to be expressed? The electroencephalogram EEG, the graphic data, or we are going to receive some different scenarios. So in this case, we go to classify it into
Sorry to
proposal
interrupt.
system.
Sir, you can
Yeah,
share
please.
your screen. I mean, you
Yeah.
can turn on your camera.
Yeah, turn on. Yeah, I already turn on. Yes, yeah. Yeah, is it okay now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay, all right. Thank you. So here, that the proposed system design, the one is, first of all, I would like to check the wheelchair, how it could be controlled. And the second point is the wheelchair human control commands have been used in a number of experimental brain activity measures. That brain activity measures how we are going to be, you are using the third point of my scenario, the construction of a fuzzy neural network that called FNN is based on categorizer system is taken into consideration based on the user mentally activity, and the wheelchair controlled command. These 3 points, the one is EEG data we are received and how it could be controlled on the human being brain activity measures, and this data from the human control, how we are going to make it to the F and based category. This is my main motto of the research in this EEG signal processing in brain control wheelchair. You see my objectives of acquiring a EEG signals. The first one is how it could be the process signals using microcontroller. In this case, you see my picture in this one, the brain control, how we are going to be thinking. These signals all should be make it to that virtuals wise 1, 2, 3, such like we are going to be make it to the A robotics also. Then it converts the brain patterns into commands, and the brain how it could be activity that make it to commands will be received. The third one is control wheelchair motor. That means what? For example, I'm thinking I want to go to write something like that. So immediately I don't want to make it to change any kind of remotes and switches something. In my brain control, the signals will be passing through that automatically. That patterns will be give the instruction to the wheelchair motors. The immediately the wheelchair motor will going to be make it to right and left. If you see my slide 4, biomedical signaling process. In this biomedical signaling process, what you are thinking your brain, that signals will be make it to 5 credentials. That means embedded system, wireless communication, motor control system, and real-time brain control system. If you see here my picture, the next slide, madam. In this picture, you see the person sitting in the wheelchair. Is it audible in voice?
We cannot see the photo sitting on the wheelchair, sir.
Next picture, yeah, that's the one. That's the one.
Yes,
You
that's the
see,
one.
yeah, one person, I'm just be sitting in the chair. His signal, you see the first brain control signal activation. So for example, he want to move the wheelchairs, but now the wheelchair is ideal. So in this case, in brain signals will be focused the activation, whatever you want to go towards right or left or right. So he has to think about it. That signal process will be towards the future extraction. So from this, we are going to make it to classifications. The classifications means, is it either you want to go to remote sense or maybe you're going to be the speed of the one and everything. It's a classification is based on the speed, based on the move, and based on the direction, all these kind of things under classifications. So once the classifications are fixed, the control action will be start. Immediately, the wheelchair motors will be run. Yes, it's work out already. So automatically, in previous, the patients, what they're going to do, they have to be make it to attention. But here, brain attention is enough. So automatically, you could drive the vehicle, the wheelchair towards right or left because of embedded system, wireless communication with motor control system. In this case, it is with help of the patients. So how it could be the patients will be they're not be depends on any other people. Needs for assistive technology, advancement in neural signal processing, healthcare, plus electronic integrations, BCA research by combining neurals. So in this way, the signal processing, alpha waves, beta waves, theta waves, delta waves, tertiary, there is one based on classifications. In this mention and the picture, they got a classifications. In this classification, they got 4 types of waves, that is alpha waves, beta waves, and theta and delta. It should be clarified. Next slide, please. Here, the patients will be how. So in this case, you see the brain mission interface research, how it could be brain interface research. The next slide, you can just open. Can you share my next slide? Next. Yeah, this is the one. You see here, the brain machine interface research, medical robotic developments. Nowadays, the nowadays the research professors or many doctors, they are in US and some UK, but the surgery will be going on Malaysia and India something. How it could be? So immediately they are using some technology, AI technology. They're going to do over there. The robots will be do here. The operation will be success. So similarly, medical robotic developments got in this assistive healthcare technology is researched by Hornberg. It mentioned the system block diagram. You see this system block diagram, how it could be, first of all, subjective. For example, you want to control the wheelchair. So in the subjective, EEG signals that I have told you that what type of signals will be, and data acquisition, it should be make it to the preprocessor. In the preprocessor, acquired signals all together make it to filter. That filtered signals will be go to the feature extraction, extracted features and classification, immediately control the wheelchair. So this is the one, how it could be. Here the headset, they like how we are going to use that headphones or something, headset, something like that. Similarly, we are going to use the headset and amplifier and microcontroller. It will be microcontroller will be drive with the motors, DC motors. Immediately it will be run, it will be move with the wheelchair. Here got Bluetooth communication also. So sometimes they are not be make it to the one, how you are going to communicate with that option also available, and recommended to control ESP32. Next slide, please. So here I just want to show NeuroSky. How it could be the make it to NeuroSky here. It should be microcontroller, Arduino based system. Now see the Arduino board based system is ESP32, L208 and motor drive, DC motors, battery, and we. These are all components of you are going to make it to the four segments. One segment is EEG system. The second segment is main control system. The third is wheelchair controller. The fourth one is direction of availability. So here the one got in this case the limitations, weak or noise EEG signal. If you make it to signals wise, they got a pulse signals will become some kind of disturbance of noise, and required calibration, immediately very important. Expensive EEG modules, this very expensive, you can not simply to buy, but it should be some more expensive. Accuracy depends on concentration. Your concentration is not that much of accuracy, then wheelchair will be not, that means the signals will be not make it to perfect, and wheelchair cannot make the direction. If you think about immediately want to go in the straight, it will be same straight, but simply you can change your ideology and thought something, immediately the disturbance of signals, the output of motors doesn't know how to be work. This is very important. We have to make it to the focus on this point. The next slide, please. They got one more drawing I show you. That's how it could be make it to the brain signals will be go to automated control by wheelchair. Yeah, you see here they got in the picture signals amplified and filter data. It's sent to through Bluetooth, forwarded, blink, double blink, and stop, attention, turn and left. You see the one you want to attention, automatically turn right or left. You see in this diagram, the one. So data transfer and EEG recording will be started. So signal activation, same picture, preprocessor. Preprocessor, the brain signals will be received either forward and backward, and immediately the processing signals will be sent right, and it is to be Arduino microcontroller will be control the wheelchair. Immediately wheelchair will be move, start, move. And here the advantage is it's a helpful for disabled patients, hands-free operation, innovative assistive technology, expandable to IoT. And the conclusion of my results and discussion, what my results will be updated here. Wheelchair successful control, response of time 1-2 seconds. Yeah. So that means once it will be safe operation, real-time process. And the second point is based on AI technology, AI classification, mobile applications integration, mobile app also integration, and obstacles of avoidance, sensors, voice, brain hybrid control, advanced BCA research. So these are all things will be my discussion. And finally comes to the conclusion here. Here the embedded system nowadays, the IoT and AI technology and CC cloud computing, it's combined together of integration of biomedical and embedded systems, make it to the one practical implementation of BCI and innovative assistive solutions. So in this kind of things, before whatever wheelchair person, the patients need some assistance to some kind of other person. But now the people is not around themselves to operate this kind of chair without moving any hands or some body. Only the brain signals will be activated to move the chair to helpful for the disabled persons. That is my scenario on this my research. Uh, this is the one. Thank you so much for your time to share my research innovations.
Okay, thank you so much for that presentation, Dr. Kumar. And I forgot to mention that he is a professor from the Department of Mechanical Engineering and principal of at CV College of Engineering in Puttur, Andhra Pradesh, India. All right, thank you so much, sir. Okay, and our next guest is Professor Dr. Mod Zaki bin Awang Sheikh, Associate Professor of the Center for Actuarian Studies, Faculty of Computer and Mathematical Sciences, University at Tekno Gori Mara, UMT, Malaysia. Go ahead with your presentation, Dr. Sheikh. Dr. Jack, are you with us? Associate Professor.
Yes, ma'am, he is there. Just a minute.
All right, okay. Associate Professor Dr. Modzaki bin Awang Check. I hope I am pronouncing your names correctly. I am a Filipina. I am kind of challenged pronouncing Indian names, but forgive me as we wait for the presentation of Dr. Zek. Thank you.
Ma'am, you can announce next Dr. Zezel, ma'am. If he comes, let him present next after Dr. Zezel.
Okay. Can you show the next presenter? Dr. Giselle Zonio is an academic and RLE coordinator of Kidapawan Doctors College, Philippines. Good morning, Dr. Zanio.
Okay,
Are you
a
ready?
moment. I thought I am scheduled at 12 noon. Sorry.
Ma'am, you have
Okay, there's
connected
a
in two
feedback.
devices. Dr. Zazan, you have connected in two devices. Please mute one. Use only one device, ma'am.
Yeah, well, we're waiting for the preparation of her presentation of Professor Giselle Zonio. Let me just read a little bit about her. And she is a dedicated and compassionate nursing professional with a strong commitment to patient care, academic excellence, and healthcare leadership. She earned her Bachelor of Science in Nursing from Davao Doctors College in 2017 and successfully passed the nursing licensure examinations. I think she's ready. Are you ready, ma'am? All right, she is currently pursuing a Master's of Arts in Nursing in Davao Doctors College, further enhancing her expertise in the field. Professor Zonio also pursued a Doctor of Medicine degree in Our Lady of Fatima University from 2017 to 2020, broadening her clinical and medical knowledge. Just let me know, Dr. Zonio, if we're ready. I'll just keep on reading
Yes.
your... Are you ready?
Um,
Okay, go ahead.
Can you see my slide?
No.
Oh no, wait. I am sharing. I am currently sharing
All right.
this one. This one.
Not yet. Almost.
All right. This one.
Yes. Go ahead.
Okay.
You can
Okay.
see and we can hear you well. Go ahead.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for this opportunity to be the speaker for this second um international conference. Okay, my topic for today is all about ethical, moral, and legal foundations of client education. In nursing, it is thoroughly discussed during the NCM 102 for the health education. Okay, I will not read the objectives for the time concern. Okay, for the introduction to client education. Client education is a systematic, sequential, and scientifically based course of action involving two main players, the teacher and the teacher, it is the nurse, referring to the nurse, and the learner refers to the client or our patient. Okay, the goal is this client education. We need to educate patient in order to achieve a change in behavior, knowledge, or attitude that improves health outcomes and promote independence. And of course, the practice, it is not just a clinical duty, but it is built on a framework of ethical principle and a legal mandate to ensure now the safety and respect for the client. Okay. We have the evolution on ethical and legal principles in healthcare. We have the natural law, the basis. It is the ethical principle that pertains to human rights are based on the natural law, such as the principles of respect for others, truth or telling the truth, honesty, and respect for life. And the other one is the ontological or the golden rule. I know that you're familiar with this golden rule. It is the ethical belief system that stresses the importance of doing one's duty and following the rules. Okay? You have the respect for individuals is the key. And one person should never be treated merely for the benefit of well-being or another person or group. And last one, the teleological or the greatest good for the greatest number. Okay? Utilitarian approach. This is a utilitarian approach to ethical decision making that allows for the sacrifice of one or more individuals so that a group of people can be benefit in some important way. Okay? These ethical principles, I know you are familiar with this. Okay? The application of ethical principles on ethical and legal principles, of course, it involves with autonomy, veracity, confidentiality, non-maleficence. That includes your negligence, malpractice, the duty, and of course, the beneficence and the justice. Now, let's talk about autonomy. Autonomy, of course, it is the right of the client to make their own informed decision. Education is the tool that makes autonomy possible. And of course, a patient cannot choose if they do not understand and their options. Okay? You will just have to respect the client's right to self-determination. Clients have the right to make informed choices about their care and even to refuse treatment or education. Veracity, of course, this is the obligation to tell the truth, right? We have to tell the truth to the patient. Nurses must provide accurate, honest information even when the news is difficult. And the confidentiality, this is a protecting privacy of the client's information during the educational process, especially in shared or in public settings. And the non-maleficence, of course, non-maleficence meaning do no harm to your patient. Okay, this involves negligence and malpractice, and of course, the duty. For negligence, the doing or non-doing of an act pursuant to the duty that is reasonable person in the same circumstances would or not do in the same action, non-actions leading to injury another person or his her property. Then the malpractice, of course, this is referred to a limited class of negligent activities that will fall into the scope of performance by those pursuing particular profession involving now your highly skilled and technical services. And of course, the duty, a standard of behavior or behavioral expectation, of course, that relevant to one personal or professional status in life. And for the beneficence, of course, the principle of doing good, okay? Acting is the best interest of a client through adherence to professional performance standards and procedural protocols. Of course, the duty to do good, okay, doing good to your patient, nurses must provide education that promotes the client's well-being and a health recovery. Whereas the justice, of course, it is an equal distribution of goods, services, benefits, and burdens regardless of the client's diagnosis, culture. I know this would differ a lot on culture, especially in the Philippines and Indian and other um clients. Okay, so ensuring that education is provided fairly and equitably to all clients, regardless of their background, of course, or the socioeconomic status. Okay. For this moral foundation, of course, this involves also your fidelity. Okay, fidelity, keeping promises, as being faithful to the commitment of the nurse-patient relationship. Okay, this is very hard to act as a nurse. Okay, when it comes to fidelity, You just have to keep your promise. Do not make a promise that you cannot do, okay? The ethic of care. This perspective emphasizes also that relationship between the nurse and the learner. It is not just about transferring data. It's about understanding the learners or the learners or the patient. It refers to the patient's unique context, fears, and goals. Okay. For moral agency, of course, the nurse's ability to recognize ethical issues and take action to ensure the client receives the education they are entitled to. Okay. For the legal foundation, of course, okay, we have number one, the Nurse Practice Act or NPAs, okay? Nurse Practice Act. It is most jurisdictions specifically include what? The patient teaching, okay? As the scope of practice for the registered nurse, failure to teach can be considered negligence, okay? It is our role as a nurse to have a patient teaching, okay? We are the teacher, okay? If you cannot perform that one as a nurse, it will be considered as part of the negligence practices. Okay? The legal foundations involves also informed consent. Every now and then, before the procedure to be done, you have to secure informed consent. Let the patient sign that informed consent, meaning for a patient to give a legal consent for a procedure, okay? They must not first be educated on the risk. It will be explained also the benefits and other alternatives. Okay, the nurse often reinforce this education. Okay, before the patient will sign the informed consent, you have to educate, you have to explain the risk benefits and the alternatives of the said procedure. If the patient cannot or will not sign the consent, do not do any procedure. Okay? The Patient's Bill of Rights, okay, established by the American Hospital Association, it mandates that the patients have the right to receive current and understandable information regarding the diagnosis and the treatment. And lastly, documentation. From a legal standpoint, if wasn't documented, it was not done, okay? Nurses must record what was taught, the method used, and the patient's response. Okay, documentation is very important. Okay, for the professional standards, we have three. Number one, the ANA or the American Nurses Association standards. Okay, standards of practice. Okay, the standard 5B. Okay, this is specifically focuses on the health teaching, health literacy, and health promotion, mandating that the nurse use teaching strategies appropriate to the situation. Okay? The Joint Commission, okay, it is also the professional standards. The Joint Commission accreditation standards require that the healthcare organizations provide evidence of patient and family education. And lastly, legal protection through documentation. Again, if it is not documented, it was not done. Okay, let's go for the standard 5B, okay? This involves health teaching, health literacy, and health promotion. Let's talk about this one by one, okay? These standards, again, the practice standards set by the American Nurses Association. Okay, number one, your health teaching. What is this? It involves educating patients about their health condition, treatments, preventive measures. It's the nurse's responsibility to ensure that the patient understands their health status and the necessary steps to manage it. Okay, manage it. Okay, explaining the patient's diagnosis and treatment plan, it is very important. Okay, teaching the patient how to administer medication or perform other self-care tasks, it is very essential for the patients also. And of course, providing resources for further learning. That's part of your health teaching. Next is your health literacy. Okay? Health literacy is very crucial. Why? It refers to a patient's ability to understand and use health information. Nurses play a crucial role in improving health literacy. Of course, especially here in the Philippines, we have a low literacy, health literacy rate. Okay, some of the people here or the patients here do not understand on the medical terms or the other terms that um, it involves healthcare. Okay, so we have to explain first in layman's term or the dialect they understood. Okay, we go down to their level so they understand what it is, what is the care, what is the procedure, or what is the treatment to be done for her or him. Okay, using clear, simple language to explain a complex medical terms, and of course assessing also the patient's understanding of their health information. Okay, if the patient can understand, let's say for example the patient is having diabetes mellitus, then we will ask you understand what can you say about the diabetes mellitus, so you can assess if he or she understands or have some understanding about the disease. Okay, another, providing resources and tools to help the patient improve in their health literacy. Now if your patient is literate enough on their situation or this the disease involved, okay, of course, we have to provide some of the resources, the tools. Okay, another is the health promotion. In health promotion, it involves encouraging healthy behaviors and lifestyle to prevent illness and improve overall health. Nurses promotes health, okay? This is one role of a nurse to have a health promotion. Why? Educating patient about the importance of regular exercise, balanced diet, and regular checkup is very important. Providing also the resources and support for some lifestyle changes, and of course, advocating for policies and programs that promote health in the community. We are always conducting this, especially in the community here in the Philippines. We conduct community outreach that would include um, health education. Okay? Okay, the Nurse Practice Act is a set of laws enacted by each state's legislature or the national body, such as here in the Philippines, Republic Act number 9173 in the Philippines, designed to regulate the nursing profession and protect their public from unsafe practice. Okay. And of course, the potential legal risk. Oh, this is involving malpractice on duty. The nurse had a responsibility to teach the client. Now, that is your duty. Then the breach of duty, the nurse failed to teach or gave incorrect information. Causation, the cause, the lack of incorrect information directly led to the client's injury. Okay? Of course, we have these 13 rights. More than that, this is the priority. Okay? Some of these rights of the patient, the right to appropriate medical care and human treatment, right to informed consent, right to privacy and confidentiality, right to information, the right to choose healthcare provider and facility, the right to self-determination, right to religious belief, right? Okay, this religious belief is very crucial also here in the Philippines because we have a lot of religion. Okay, there are some religion that they do not allow blood transfusion. Okay, there are some religious belief that they will not eat meats, they will not eat pork. Okay, right to medical records, right to live, right to refuse participation in medical research, right to correspondence and to receive visitors, right to express grievances, and right to be informed of his rights and obligations. Okay, now the challenges in education, the health literacy. Teaching a patient who cannot read or understand complex terms. Of course, there are a lot of patients that they are very health literacy here. So we need to explain more. We need to go down to their levels, to the words or the um, dialect that they understood. Another is your challenge. Another challenge is the cultural competence. Now, ensuring educational materials do not conflict with a patient cultural religious beliefs. Now, what I am talking about, the religious beliefs, we have different religious beliefs here in the Philippines. Again, And of course, the cultural beliefs, there are also. And it is hard for the nurse. Okay, it is hard and very crucial for the nurse to explain more about this. And then lastly, the conflict of interest, balancing what the physician wants the patient to know versus what the patient is asking to know. Oh, okay. That's all my presentation. Hope you get some points. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Quiet. Thank you so much. That was Professor Giselle Zonio. All right, at this point, ay, shucks, nawala ako. That was Professor Giselle Zonio. At this point, we would like to introduce to you Dr. Ram Chandra to deliver his session speech. Dr. Sri Ram
Done.
Chandra.
Bye. Ting 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 tang ting ting tang 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 ting tang ting ting tang. Dala na. Asa na nasayaw? Ting tang tang ting tang tang tang.
Dr. Sri Ram Chandra Policity is a distinguished academician and researcher in
Dr.
the
Gina,
field of...
Dr. Gina,
Yes?
Dr. Mohammed Zaki
Oh,
is
I'm
there.
sorry. I'm sorry. So our next session speaker is Associate Professor Dr. Modzaki bin Awang Chek, Associate Professor, Center for Actuarian Studies. Good morning, sir. Dr. Modzaki bin Awang Chek.
Hey, good morning.
Oh, good to see you.
Right.
All right.
Sorry, dear.
Can we start? Yeah, I was looking for you a while ago. Go ahead with your presentation, sir.
Sure. Okay, right. So, Assalamualaikum and very good morning. And warm greeting to all distinguished guests, respected conference chair, keynote speakers, session speakers, fellow presenters, academic, researcher, professionals, and participants of the second international conference on the social sciences, teaching and learning, engineering, as well as technology, ICSTEE T 2026. So first and foremost, I would like to express my sincere appreciation to the organizer, Cherida, St. Dominic's College of Asia and Cornwall Educational Research and Development Association for inviting me as a session speaker for this meaningful international conference. So it is indeed an honor to be part of this scholarly platform to bring together researchers and professionals from various disciplines to discuss the conference theme, bridging the gaps, innovations, and challenges in social sciences, teaching and education, engineering, and technology. So today, I will presenting on the topic transforming social protections education through MOOC, micro credentials, and data analytics. So this topic integrates several important areas such as social protection, actuarial study, digital education, technology enhanced learning, micro credential, and data analytics. So these areas are highly relevant to the today's world. So which you can see that society are facing new risks. Labor markets are challenging rapidly, and education system must become more flexible, inclusive, and evidence-based. So the main arguments of my presentation is simple but important. Social protection is not only a policy issue, it is also an education issue, a data issue, and technology issue. So if people do not understand their protection rights, contribution responsibility, retirement needs, or social insurance system, then even the best policy will not achieve its full impact. So therefore, social protection education must be strengthened using digital platform, flexible learning pathway, and data-driven decisions. Ladies and gentlemen, traditionally, social protection has often been reviewed as a safety net. So it helps individual and family after they experience hardship such as employment injury, disability, unemployment, old age, and or the death of the breadwinners. However, in the modern era, social protection must move beyond this reactive safety nets. It must become a resilient building system. There are several major challenges that require paradigm shift. So first, we have facing aging population. Second, we have experienced the growth of the gig economy. Third, we have increasing income insecurity with the current geopolitics, global economy disruption, inflationary pressure, automation, pandemics, technology changes can affect household income stability. So therefore, the solution must be proactive, that we need to leverage our digital education and advanced analytics to build more reactive, data-driven, and inclusive framework. So in this context, social protection should not only compensate after risk occur, but it should help society to predict risk, prevent vulnerability, educate citizens, and support long-term resilience. So this is what I refer to as proactive protection, shifted from reactive precompensation to predictive risk management and lifelong learning. So in Malaysia context, so we have this organization very important, such as SOCSO, social organization, social security organization, employees provident fund, and EIS, as well as government pensions, I mean public pensions. So all this actually will bring it us into the before we go with that one. So I think the first employment injury scheme is provide protection against works related such accident, occupational diseases, commuting accidents, and any related disability or death benefit. Second, invalidity scheme also under this SOCSO, and then the third one, return to works. Okay, then after that, we have these all the meaningful, and then hopefully that it shows that social security just not about paying benefit, but also restoring dignity, rebuilding employability, and helping injured and disabled workers return to productive life. So from academic and actual perspective, this scheme provide important opportunity for research, education, modeling, and analytics. So, ladies and gentlemen, the next question is, how can we educate society about the social protection? So one powerful approach is through digital education. So we have this MOOC, Massive Open Online Course, and micro-credential. So as I mentioned earlier, MOOC, Massive Open Online Course, can standardize the knowledge. It allow learners from different location, institution, background to access the structured learning materials at their own pace. Sorry. Then after that, in this context of social protection, MOOC or MOOCs can be used to educate students, employees, young adults, gig workers, civil servants, policymakers, and general publics. Possible MOOC module can include introduction to social protection, social security in Malaysia, for instance, retirement planning, risk management, and insurance employment protections, as well as data analytics for social policy. Meanwhile, micro-credential offer more targeted and flexible learning pathway. They allow learners to acquire specific competency in smaller learning units. So micro-credentials are especially relevant for working adults and professionals who may not be able to enroll in the full academic programs. But they still need to practical skill and updated knowledge. So, for example, a learner may take one micro credential on the SOCSO employment injury scheme. Another one, they can proceed with the retirement and pension planning. And then after that, maybe they can go for predictive analytics for social security, for instance. And later stack this credential into the broader professional development pathway. So this is a beautiful of the beauty and the beautiful part of the micro credential. So they also bridge the gaps between basic awareness and professional expertise. So therefore, MOOCs and micro credential can create continuous learning loops. So learners acquire knowledge, apply it in the real life context, return for further learnings, and eventually contribute to the stronger social protection awareness in society. So, ladies and gentlemen, social protection system generate large amount of data. So, with this includes contribution record, for instance, claims records, accident report, rehabilitation outcomes, demographic profile, benefit payments, as well as employment history. So if properly organized, this data can provide valuable insight for the policy and practice. So there are three major level analytics that are useful in the social protection. So first, we have descriptive, which is analyzing historical trend in claims and accidents to establish performance baselines. And secondly, we have predictive part, which is forecasting future risks and identify potential fraud through advanced modelings. And then the last one we have prescriptive, which we optimizing policy intervention to ensure long-term sustainability of the protection funds actually. So the strategic value of the data analytics is that help Social Security Administration move from the institution-based decision making to evidence-based decision making. So in actuarial study and the social protection, this is very important because policy must be financially sustainable, socially fair, and operationally effective. So data analytics can support all these objectives. So ladies and gentlemen, I will bring you this case study in the Social Security Organization SOCSO. So in my academic and then research work, several areas demonstrate how data analytics can support social protection. So first, we have go through the first case in commuting accident severity. So community accident are highly relevant in Malaysia because many workers travel back and France daily by motorcycle, car, public transport, and so on. This is where actually by analyzing commuting accident data, we can identify predictive variable related to the accident severity. So possible variable may include the such age, for instance, gender, occupation, injury types, and so on. So by predictive modeling, such decision tree regressions or machine learning, for instance, we can identify all these high risk groups and recommend better road safety, or sometimes we also have employment injury provision policy, for instance. Yeah. So the second one is the return to work. So this is where programs are very important because successful integration of the injured workers benefit not only the individual but also employer, family, social security institution, SOCSO, and the national economy. So using method artificial neural network and then with the principle and framework of the SEMA, methodology, sample, explore, modify, model, and assess. So we already predict the likelihoods of the successful returns to work. So this help case manager to identify workers may need early intervention, more intensive rehabilitations, and workplace modification, or we also provide psychosocial supports with this analysis. So then the third case is a survivor's pension benefit. So when a breadwinner die, for instance, the family may experience a serious income shock. So survivor's pension benefit are designed to provide financial support to the dependents. So however, the important question remains, are the benefit adequate? Are they sustainable? So do they reduce household vulnerability? So how do demographic factor affect long-term benefits? So with the actual modeling and the impact analysis can help answer all these questions. So this also allow policymaker to evaluate both adequacy and sustainability of the survivors benefit itself. So these three examples shows that the data analytics can support social protections not only technically but also socially and ethically. So, ladies and gentlemen, look forward. A future of the social protection will be influenced by three major directions. First, artificial intelligence. I think everybody and every day the whole world facing all these new technology and innovations. Analytics collaborations, which we will go through the collaborative hub between for example, University Technology Mara and SOCSO, and then we will have the international research synergy and partnership, and also through actuarial modeling and the policy simulation. So after that, the third one we have inclusive gig protection. So with this, the labor market is changing rapidly. We know that so many workers are no longer in the traditional full-time employment. So gig workers, freelancers, self-employed individuals, and platform workers need flexible and portable social protection. So future system may include digital contribution mechanism, targeted outreach, portable benefits, and micro learning module to increase awareness among gig workers. So this micro credentials can play important role. So education must reach people where they are using platform that are accessible, flexible, and practical. So based on this, on the discussion above, and then I would like to propose integrate Malaysia framework that combine three main components. First, policy and governance. Okay, second, digital learnings. Then third, actuarial and data modeling. So when these three components are integrated, the expected impact can be significant. So for students, it is enhanced employability, digital literacy, actual knowledge, and then awareness of the social protection. So for communities, it can improve understanding protections, rights, and responsibilities. So for the nation as a whole, is contribute to the more suitable digital economy and more resilient social security system. So last, I think, allow me to conclude with the three takeaways. So first, knowledge democratization is essential. So MOOCs and credential can bridge the literacy gaps in the social protections. Second, data sustainability is critical. So advanced analytics can support the long-term viability of the social protections fund. And then the third, the future must be inclusive. I mean, social protection must adapt to the gig economy, aging population, income insecurity level, digital level, and vulnerable communities. So no group should be left behind. So my visions, empowering every Malaysian through knowledge and data-driven protection for resilient future. So in conclusion, I would like to, with that note, I think through MOOCs and micro-credential, actual modeling and data analytics, Malaysia has the potential to become a regional reference point. So with that note, I think I will end my presentations and sharing session today. Thank you. Back to you.
Thank you so much. That was Associate Professor Dr. Modaki bin Awang Sheikh. And he holds a Doctor of Business Administration, Actuarial Management from the University Technology, Mara 2017, completed by a Master of Qualitative Sciences, Financial Engineering. Congratulations again.
Thank you so much, Dr. Gina.
To deliver his session speech, Dr. Sri Ram Chandra Polisetti is a distinguished academician and researcher in the field of computer science and engineering with more than 15 years of teaching, research, and administrative experience. He is currently serving as the Department of Computer Science and Engineering Aditya University, Serumpalem. His academic journey includes a PhD from GITAM, deemed to be University, Andhra Pradesh, with a research focused on cryptosystems design and information security, and was a university topper during his T-Tech, M-Tech with distinction, and a B-Tech from Andhra University. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Sri Ramchandra. Go ahead, Doctor.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for introducing about a lot of me. I'm adequate, Dr. Kina.
Yes,
Am
sir,
I audible?
you are audible, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Respected conference, guest of honor, keynote speakers, session speakers, and my participants for the Kerala Society, Sana Madam. Thanks for the opportunity. So here, I would like to deal about first traditional activity. Coming to the question, what is that and what not? We usually in the olden days we used to have the wall clocks, astronomy. Next slide. What it does actually non just make us to meet the time and get daily set the time annually and do insurance is required. What about the air clocks?
Your voice is not
Air
clear.
clocks. In terms of clocks, one or 10 bits and etc. Whatever the game does repeatedly, all such kinds of tasks can be automated by using the AI. Can you click next, madam? Next up.
Sir, your voice is not clear.
Hello, am I audible now? Hello.
Sir, you're coming in and out. You're very choppy audio. Can you find a little bit location where you can be audible?
Yes, yes, yes. Just give me a couple of minutes time, madam. I'll adjust. Next slide, please. Can AI survive alone? That is a big question for us now. Absolutely, the answer is no. Because when we see a self-driving car, the process in which it is involved is not only artificial intelligence. Moreover, machine learning makes decisions from the human inputs, learns from the driving data how actually one drives the car. Moreover, recognizes people's need and objects. Where generative AI is also there to give some directions to drive. Finally, explained AI is on top of it, which could explain various reasons for each and every transferring directions. Similar, one word we can say AI can't survive alone on its own, where the various technologies can be layered on it. Moreover, human intelligence is the backbone of practice. Next slide, madam. So, and on another question, what we can pose ourselves, based on a self-driven car, what if a crash happens in the road? As that the car is responsible for what? What can, in what way would it put justice for it? The similar AI can't hold the responsibility. AI can't the responsibility, hold the responsibility. And it deployed. Finally, we can say that the human-centered approach, the AI can't survive alone on its own. Human-centered approach is a primary thing which we need to follow. Next slide, please. So that's why we need to focus more on AI plus human collaboration. That is an essential component what we need to study nowadays. Next slide. As per the uh, PwC statistics, more than 1.7 trillion estimated AI contributions to the global economy by 2030. An interesting one. And 78% of the global organizations are using AI at least one business function. That is, any of the business functions are being dependent on at least one business function is dependent on AI. And then education market is experiencing more by 2030. And here an interesting line I would like to mention. More than 7,000 languages are spoken worldwide, but we used to be focusing more on fewer than 20 major languages. Here there is excellent research opportunity for the academicians and researchers to pursue their multilingual research, where each and every academic concept or any kind of concept can be transferred to all kind of languages as applicable as follows. Next slide, ma'am. And this is the AI revolution, where it has started its automation in early 1990s, and up to 2020s, generative AI has arrived, and moreover, on top of it, explainable AI is there, and agentic AI framework is the current trend, and on top of it, quantum era of AI is also there. So this is one of the beautiful journey of AI, what we can witness in our human lives. And prominently, I can say that AI is not a human replacement. It is all about mm, assisting the human in providing or increasing the productivity of the organizations. And as primarily in this presentation, we would like to focus on healthcare, one application, education, and finance and governance. A few four applications we would like to discuss here. Next slide, madam. And AI family. This is all about a concept to a capability. First of all, machine learning, artificial intelligence is the fundamental thing. What you need to know, that is imitating the human tasks based on the human intelligence. And machine learning, it is all about helping the humans to take some decisions. Okay, how the human take the decisions, helping the machines to take the decisions. How it usually happens is by taking the inputs from the data that is already previously recorded or tested by the human beings. And above it, deep learning. Some complex structures are there usually. If it is a text-oriented kind of thing, automatically it can be traced very easily. Okay. And if it is like if it is like any image oriented or multimedia oriented images, such kind of things need to be addressed with the complex deep neural networks. And AI in education, this is also a very prominent thing, that is the students usually will be helped by their learning models, and some AI language models can assist the students such a way that students can benefited about their knowledge levels, and their knowledge levels are every day monitored, and they can get an alert messages if anything drops down. So with this AI in education sector can help the students to uh, come down with the drop down ratio. So we can reduce the drop down ratio. And moreover, we can increase their intellectual ability. And if, as I quoted in the beginning, the multi-language artificial intelligence models can help the students to learn across the world. Next slide, madam. Engineering technology integration in smart cities, not only health sector, not only education sector, as well as in smart governance cities also, like the smart cities where cyber security, data privacy is also there. In this also, artificial intelligence is playing a vital role. Next slide, madam. And this is the finance assistance where especially the banking, we could see a drastic change in the application of the banking in previous days. So we usually need to go to the bank, and we need to go to the bank and we need to do our transactions in a confidential manner. And now it is the time for now we are in the era of digital transactions where the same confidentiality is being maintaining. Moreover, AI is assisting us in such a way that all the transactions are protected. So here, as I used the word protected, this can be endorsed with two kinds of things, that is AI along with the quantum computing. AI along with the quantum computing, and where quantum provides deep level cryptographic security along with this. Next slide. And this is a I hope this slide can be useful than a previous slide. Previous slide. No. Previous slide, madam. Previous slide. Slide number 22. Yes, this is the one. Uh, yeah, it took so much of time for me to prepare this slide. In fact, this is a abstract view of artificial intelligence, machine learning, neural networks, and deep learning, where this is the fundamental thing the academicians or the researchers need to focus on. This is what this slide which can give the brief information about the existing models and their functionality and their application, the artificial intelligence model. What are the applications we discussed till now? Everything will have some their own algorithms. All algorithms are based on these various domains. Artificial intelligence is a broad domain in which machine learning learns from the data. Neural networks and deep learning will focus more on the complex data structures. Next slide. And I can say that this is also one of the useful slides. That is, this is the complete list of 50 AI tools that what we need in 2026, and of course down the lane a decade also. Various tools we need to focus on. With this slide, we can say that AI is not a replacement of a human being. AI can assist the human being, but there must be a cautious notice also, such that as long as we focus on repetitive tasks, that kind of task can be automated such that the valuable time of the human beings can be saved. Now, the role of the human being is to focus on critical thinking and complex problem solving. And moreover, AI is also being developed by the humans. The trend goes like development of AI with the human intelligence, its ability to solve the complex engineering problems play a vital role down the lane. Next slide. And coming to the future trends, this gives a future direction opportunities, agentic AI, multi-modal AI. That's what I told in the beginning. Instead of if it is a text, it can be processed very easily, even by the AI tool called ChatGPT. And if it is a multimedia, in the earlier versions of the AI tools may not have the option to process multimedia tools like images of various formats. Now it has resolved to use the images like the PNG, JPEG, right? And apart from that, too many formats are there. The AI tools should be able to, Madam, previous slide, should be able to solve all such complex problems. Now, the humans need to think about the development of AI tools such that all multimodal things can be satisfied. And moreover, autonomous systems like self-driven cars, and moreover, self-driven drone systems that are essential in any agriculture domain. In any agriculture domain. And agriculture domain is one of the prominent sector in across the globe, such that we are eating some food because of the farmers only. This AI tools must be used by the farmers in such a way that humanity grounds and humans need to develop such things. The future of AI is not just about smarter machines, but smarter choices for humanity and the planet. Next slide, please. And the recommendations for academia, I would like to recommend a few things. That is, A research centers focused on healthcare, finance, agriculture, and all use cases. Preferably multi-model, multi-language. Multi-model means accessing any type of data, and multi-language should be able to be developed in or should be able to be accessed in many type of languages. And for industry, explainable AI, integrate Edge AI with IoT, cloud AI, etc. These things are essential for this. And this is the suggested framework what we need to do. Data, AML, deep learning, generative AI, explainable AI agents, and agentic AI. On top of it, agentic AI is there. these are the directions to be suggested for the academicians and researchers. The key research directions: autonomous AI ecosystems, multi-agent collaboration framework, explainable and trustworthy, the human AI collaborative intelligence, AI collaborative across sheets, real-time AI decision systems. All these are the infrastructure elements. So finally, I would like to say one word, that is bridging the gap between society technology requires interdisciplinary innovation, ethical leadership, collaborative ecosystems that can inclusive and sustainable and human evaluations for the future. So I hope this justifies the theme of our conference. In results and conclusion, I can say you must be able to develop more and more AI tools which could assist the human being but should not replace the human being. Human intelligence is more than artificial intelligence. And one final caption I can give you: AI is human eye is the foundation of AI. With this, I conclude my presentation. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That was Dr. P. Sri Ramchandra
Yes,
Polisetti. Thank you so
thank
much,
you.
Doctor. And now we will now begin the technical session 3, and we will welcome all presenters and participants for this session. Let me just state to you the rules. The rule: each presenter will be given 12 minutes for the presentation and 3 minutes for the Q&A portion. All right, so let me begin by calling Suguna Sinaya to present paper linking communication satisfaction to employer retention through the job embeddedness.
Yes. Hi, good afternoon. Hi. I'd like to present on behalf of Suguna. Suguna is today busy. Hello.
Hello, can you speak slowly and clearly to your microphone so we can see, and please share your screen now.
Yes. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes. Can you see?
I'm sorry, sir. Can you change your name on the screen because your name is MD as Shaful Islam, and your presentation
Yeah.
says it's
Yeah.
Dr. Sugu Shanaya. Oh, the both of you are a co-author.
Yes.
All right. Okay. I'm so sorry. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you so
So,
much. Go ahead.
yeah. I'd like to. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Good afternoon. I would like to present my paper, and also, first of all, I would like to thank you, conference organizer, to give me opportunity to present my study paper. First of all, I would like to starting my presentation. That is presentation titles. I mean the research titles, linking the communication satisfaction to employee retention through job satisfaction. And I'm presenting on behalf of Dr. Sugana Singh, and this is Dr. India Shahul Islam. Both authors are involving in University Convention, Malaysia, GSB. This is our presentation slides, and first of all, I would like to discuss the background of the research. First of all, I would like to know, I would like to inform you. So this study is just studying this study is just about remote work. Whoever working in remote area, and these remote area people cannot work a long time this year because they don't have any opportunity I don't have any facility. I don't have any such kinds of opportunity who can take, and also organization can give to them. And such work I find a problem in Bangladesh, in the context of Bangladesh. So the remote work is growing rapidly in Bangladesh private sectors, and employee retention is important for the organization's success and sustainability. The remote employees may feel isolated and disconnected from the organization. The limited career and growth opportunity may reduce the employee retention. The poor communication and absence of the feedback can increase the turnover intention. A few studies examine employee retention in the remote workplace in Bangladesh. The study is the This study aims to investigate the relationship between communication satisfaction and job embeddedness, and along with the impact on the employee retention. This study also seek to address the following research questions. Number one, does communication satisfaction have a significant effect on employee retention? Does communication satisfaction significantly influence on embeddedness? Does job satisfaction have a significant effect of employee retention? Does employee embeddedness mediate the relationship between communication satisfaction and employee retention? This is the conceptual framework of the study. Communication satisfaction and job embeddedness and employee retention. Communication satisfaction, this is one of the predictors, the IV. And job embeddedness, this is the mediator, and employee retention, this is the DV. During this study, I used the quantitative study, and under the quantitative studies, I used the cross-sectional, which is just in a one point of time. Just by the 1 year, I based on 1 year data, I collect data and I study that data in the northern part of Bangladesh. And also this study was used to deductive approach, and I collect the data physically. Sample size and sampling technique. So minimum sample size 84 according to Crazy and Morgan table. And I also use the sampling technique, the simple sample sampling. Interview analysis, my study interview analysis, employee management who are holding top level management, managers, executives, supervisors, such kinds of employees, including the study. The respondent area, northern areas in Bangladesh, and I also use the Likert 5-point scale to measure the all questions. And this study also used the SPSS version 30 for the demographic analysis. And I also used this study Smart PLS for the analyzing the data. The result and discussion. My respondents were top level of the organization, were working in the northern part of Bangladesh, and I specified some parts of their characteristics. One is the gender and material status, education, age, and working experience. Here is the most important thing is female is very less fair. So my studies also suggest need to improve the female study to participate the remote work area, and also most of the respondents who are undergraduate and also postgraduate. Yeah, these undergraduate postgraduate who are working in the remote area, and they are living highly from the remote place. The result and descriptions. The study also I test construct reliability test. So here composite reliability 0.7 all indicators show the more than 0.7. So here, average variance is expected and composite liability values exceed the recommendation threshold 0.5 and 0.05 and also 0.7. This is the parameter from here and et al. And the Nanley. And also, this study also contribute to R square value. So employee retention for 0.44, I mean the 44%. My studies cover of the problems at 44%. And also job embeddedness also cover 42%. So my study is valuable and also important to the future scholars, policymakers, also management. And this study also this has also involved the hypothesis analysis to predict relationship. So here showing all hypotheses supported and also makes a significant result for the study. Here, T statistics is more than 1.96. I use that true tail. And second is the result of the mediating effect. Yes. So mediating effect also have supported significantly. So my study also suggests that for the study for the sectors. So if the management, if the policymakers, if the top level who follow my studies, so they can get some suggestion from my study, and also they will get benefit from my study. And contribution of the studies. This study contributes to using the theory of the plant behavior and integrating the variables in the model. And employees remain connected and motivated in remote workplaces, improving the trust and collaboration, employee engagement, and also strengthening the employees' and attachment, commitment to the organization, less likely to leave their organizations, to develop a strategy to retain highly skilled and commitment employees. This is my study contribution. This is the limitations and future studies. And here's just I use just 3 variables, so I need to more variable to further better output. And also my study also suggests the other important factors and pay also promotion opportunities, incentives, job securities, and workplace safeties. Yeah, are not including. But this is a limitation of my study. This study also based on the cross-sectional data, so which is limits the ability to infer the causality. This study relies on the management level in responses, so which may limit the generalizability of the findings. The direction for future study. This study also suggests longitudinal studies, because 1-year studies cannot give a proper result to long-term performance, long-term goals, or long-term growth. That's why the studies suggest the longitudinal designs research. And also the study also suggests multiple respondents. So here just management employees, just we take the response respondents just only for management employee. So this study also suggests just general employees and also lower level employees. So other mediating variables such as work environment, emotional organization, commitment, job satisfaction, and supervision conflicts can be examined in future study. This study also suggests different sectors. I mean, many others manufacturing sectors, maybe school, college, university, and also the SME. This study also suggests you need to research for such kinds of fields. This is a conclusion. So this study found a significant relationship between communication satisfaction and employee retention in northern Bangladesh. Job embeddedness was also found to significant mediates in the relationship, indicating its role as an underlying the mechanism. The findings are highlighting the importance of the transparent communication and open feedback channels to strengthen job embeddedness, reduce turnover, and improving retention. This study also limitation and suggests future research across the different contexts of disciplines. This is study references. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Sir MD Ashraful Islam.
Ashraf
Thank
Islam.
Yeah, very nice presentation, Islam. Very good. And did
Yeah,
you
thank you so
compare?
much.
Did you compare your? Shall I ask?
Sorry, sir.
No. Did you compare your R square values with any other works?
Sorry, sir. Sir, can we ask again, sir? Sorry, sir. This is
No,
a very
as
nice
part of the
question, but I cannot get to your question.
Sorry
as
to
part of the
interrupt, sir.
research.
Sir,
Yes.
your video and audio is not clear. Sir, you can turn on your camera and your audio also not clear. Dr. Sriram Chandra.
Yeah. Now it is okay, madam.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. As part of the
Yes.
as part of
Yes,
the
doctor.
research section, you mentioned some R square values, right?
Yes, doctor.
Yes. Did you compare the R square values with any existing works?
Yes, this is a very nice question. Thank you, doctor. Yes,
Yes.
last previous study, okay, there's just less than 20%, less than 10%. Yeah, they're just R square value. But my study R square is more than 44%. So this is the one kind of contribution of my study.
Oh, nice. That's all. That's all from me.
Yes, doctor.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, doctor. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oh, thank
Ina, are you there? Okay.
Yes, I'm here. Yes.
Ma'am, you can announce the next presenter.
All right.
Take the-
Okay. So, all right. The next, thank you so much, Sir Islam. All right. The next presenter is
Thank you.
Ma'am Jeju Lakshmi Gudipali. Her presentation is titled as Semantic and Knowledge-Driven Framework for Explaining Climate Resilience Risk Modeling in Indian Agricultural System. Go ahead, Ma'am Jeju.
Good
You
morning,
have
ma'am.
12
Good morning,
morning.
everyone.
You have 12 minutes. Go ahead.
Teju, you can share your screen. You can share your PPT and you can proceed.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. Go ahead. Proceed.
Your video is not there. You can turn on your camera.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. Go ahead. You may start, ma'am.
Yeah, Tejo Lakshmi, you're audible and you can start, please.
Yes, sir, but my screen is not visible.
Yeah, it is visible for us.
Your screen is visible, ma'am. Proceed. You are sharing the first slide. You can change the next slide and you can proceed, please.
But it is not visible to me, ma'am. That's why I. Oh. Okay, ma'am. Sorry for the interruption. Good morning, everyone. Myself, I am Tejo Lakshmi, research scholar at JNTU Kakinada. Today, I am going to present my research survey paper. Research survey paper on the title a semantic and knowledge-driven framework for explainable and climate-resilient risk modeling in Indian aquaculture system under the guidance of Dr. G. Sanjay Gandhi, professor at VVIT University. And so coming to my topic, India is one of the leading countries in aquaculture production, and this sector has played a major role in employment and the economy. However, Indian aquaculture systems are highly affected by environmental variations such as climate change, poor water quality, and disease outbreaks. So these factors create a major risk in fish farming and reduce productivity. Water quality instability, including fluctuation in pH, dissolved oxygen, and temperature and ammonia levels, negatively affect fish growth and survival. So, at the same time, climate variability such as irregular rainfall and heat stress, and seasonal changes further increase the uncertainty in the aquaculture environments. Another major issue is disease outbreaks. So disease can spread rapidly in aquaculture ponds and lead to severe economic losses for farmers. So effective risk prediction has become very important for sustainable aquaculture management. Although several existing aquaculture risk prediction models are available, most of them focus only on the individual parameters instead of considering all environmental conditions together. For example, some models only analyze water quality while others focus only on disease detection or climate data. In addition, many current machine learning approaches work as black box systems. That means they generate predictions, but they do not clearly explain how the decision was made. Due to this lack of transparency, farmers and policy makers may find in difficulty to trust or adapt these systems in real world aquaculture practices. So there is a need for more integrated, transparent, and explainable approaches for aquaculture risk prediction. So based on these existing limitations, I'm going to discuss some research gaps and the proposed direction for improving aquaculture risk assessment systems. One of the major limitations in the current aquaculture prediction systems is the lack of explainability. Even if a model predicts risk accurately, but users may not understand why the prediction was generated. The lack of transparency reduces practical adoption among farmers, researchers, and policymakers because decision making in aquaculture requires trust and interpretability. At the same time, climate change is creating additional challenges in aquaculture management. Therefore, there is a growing need for intelligent and climate resilient risk assessment systems that can adapt for changing the environmental conditions. To improve predictions accuracy, this research emphasizes the integration of multiple environmental indicators such as water quality index or WQI or climate stress index that is CSI and disease probability index DPI. Instead of analyzing these factors independently, combining them together provides a more holistic understanding of aquaculture risk conditions. Another important aspect is the use of explainable AI and multi-source data fusion techniques. So these approaches improve transparency and help users understand how predictions are generated. These explainable AI can provide clear reasoning behind predictions, while multi-source data fusion combines information from different environmental and biological sources to support better decision making. Therefore, this research proposes a semantic and knowledge-driven framework for integrated, explainable, and climate resilient aquaculture risk modeling in India. The proposed framework aims to support sustainable aquaculture practices through accurate, transparent, and reliable risk prediction systems. Coming to this diagram represents the overall conceptual framework of the proposed aquaculture risk prediction system. The framework begins with four major components, that is water quality, climate-driven analysis, disease prediction, and machine-learned-based approaches. So first, water quality parameters are analyzed because they directly influence fish health and aquaculture productivity. Important parameters may include temperature, pH, dissolved oxygen, and salinity and ammonia concentration. Next, the climate-driven analysis studies the impact of environmental conditions such as rainfall, humidity, seasonal changes, and temperature fluctuations on aquaculture systems. The third component is disease prediction, which identifies possible disease outbreaks based on environmental and biological conditions. Early disease prediction helps reduce losses and improves fish survival rates. So the fourth component focuses on machine-based approaches, including machine learning and artificial intelligence techniques used for data analysis and prediction. So these four components are then connected to one more advanced modules. They are water quality modeling, climate-driven analysis, disease prediction, and explainable AI. Here, explainable AI plays an important role because it improves transparency and helps users understand how predictions are generated. Finally, the framework combines these outputs into integrated models and hybrid models. These models combine the These models combine environmental data and disease information and intelligent prediction techniques to create a more reliable and climate resilient aquaculture risk assessment systems. Overall, the framework demonstrates how multiple environmental AI-based components can work together to support sustainable aquaculture management in India. Combining the methodology followed in this research for developing an integrated and explainable aquaculture risk prediction framework. The first step is the collection of multi-source aquaculture data. Different types of data sets are gathered because aquaculture risk depends on multiple environmental and biological factors, and the collected data mainly include water quality parameters and climate environmental data and disease occurrence records. Water quality data may include parameters such as pH, dissolved oxygen, turbidity, salinity, temperature, and ammonia concentration. Climate data includes rainfall, humidity, atmospheric temperature, and seasonal variations, etc. Disease occurrence records helps to identify patterns related to fish infections and outbreaks. So after data collection, the next step is processing and normalization. The step important because data sets collected from different sources may contain missing values, noise, or inconsistent artifacts. So pre-processing improves data quality and reliability by cleaning the data, removing errors, and converting values into a standardized form sustainable for analysis. The next stage involves developing key risk factors like water quality index, climate stress index, and disease probability index. These include these parameters will help to simplify complex environmental information into measurable risk values. For example, WQI represents the overall condition of the water quality, and CSI measures the impact of climatic stress in aquaculture systems, whereas DPI estimates the probability of disease occurrence. After generating these indicators, heterogeneous data from multiple sources is integrated using a semantic and knowledge-driven framework. This integration process helps to establish relationships among between environmental factors, climatic conditions, and disease patterns. The framework then applies machine learning and explainable AI technologies for risk prediction and interpretation. Machine learning models helps to identify hidden patterns and predict aquaculture risks, while explainable AI improves transparency by showing how predictions are generated.
Ma'am, your time is up.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. These are
I
the
invite our panelists to ask us question or say your recommendation for the improvement of the paper.
It's a survey paper, ma'am. I have surveyed some IEEE research papers and generated one proposal. Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, Sejolakshmi, it's a good presentation, nice.
Thank you, sir.
How did you prove the heterogeneity in the local regions of India? Yours is aquaculture based, right?
Yes, sir.
Major southern regions of India are focusing on that aquaculture only.
Yes, sir.
Do you have such real-time case study with you? Did you survey it?
Yes, we are actually, I belong to aquaculture family, sir. I just want to take my own samples from my in-laws, and I want to work out on that, sir.
No, you have started working on it, or still in progress of collecting the data sample?
We have worked on sample data, sir, but that is not sufficient. We are in the search of collecting more samples, sir.
Okay, usually the research can be carried out in various ways, using the existing data and proceeding with the algorithm with a new one, or using the existing algorithm with new data samples what you have collected and created. That gives a more weightage for your project. It is suggested to go with real-time samples, as
Sure, sir.
Indian system, especially Andhra Pradesh and the southern region belt, is majorly focusing on aquaculture.
Sir.
Yeah, that's all from my end.
Thank you for the suggestion, sir. It's really very helpful for me.
Yes, yes.
Thank you so much,
Thank you,
Ma'am
ma'am.
Bali. All right. The next presenter is Ma'am Jane Tranquilan. The title of the presentation is Processing Sensory Characteristic and Acceptability of Rabbit Meat to Patty. Ma'am Jane Tranquilan, are you here?
Ma'am, she didn't join. You can
All
announce
right.
the next presenters, ma'am. If they are not there, we can move on.
Okay. So the next presenter is Mr. George Bellios. The title of his presentation is Effective Valorization of Resources for the Economic Development of Lebanon, Implication for Tourism Activities in a Post-Pandemic Era. Sir George Bellios, are you here?
No, he is not here.
All right. Okay. And the last presenter is Sana Montagont with the title Optimizing V202 Thin Film for Energy Application Through Cobalt Doping. If they are not around, then we proceed to the last part of our program.
You can proceed with vote of thanks, ma'am.
Okay, vote of thanks. On behalf of Sarada.
Ma'am, just a minute. Before that, we will ask the presenters who are joining here, we will take one group photo.
Oh, yes. Everyone, all the presenters who are here, kindly turn on your camera. We will have a picture. We'll take a photo, your beautiful faces.
Ma'am, just a minute. Ms. Tejalakshmi, could you please turn off your screen? Your PPT is there. You can close your screen. Tejalakshmi, could you please turn off your PPT? Stop sharing your screen.
Okay. Keep on smiling. It's a beautiful day. Okay. Is that okay, Dr. Gita?
Ma'am, Tejalakshmi is missing. Tejalakshmi, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am?
Smile,
All right.
please. Yes, ma'am. You can proceed with vote of thanks.
Okay. Vote of thanks on behalf of Sarada. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to all the delegates, students, researchers, and participants who contributed to the success of ICLSMHA and ICSTEET conference. The first ICLSMHA conference centered on the theme Bridging Science and Practice, Multidisciplinary Approaches to Health and Wellness, and second ICSTEET conference theme Bridging the Gap, Innovations and Challenging in Social Sciences, Teaching and Education, Engineering and Technology, was a resounding success, enriching by the insightful addresses of eminent keynote speakers from esteemed universities. We sincerely thank all the speakers, delegates, and participants for their invaluable support and active engagement. Special appreciation goes to the organizing committee members and editorial board of their unwavering dedication and contributions, which made the success of conference possible. Special thanks to all the organizing committee members and facilitator and Sarada Ambassador, Mr. Hasmid Hamir. Thank you so much. Dr. Gita?
Thank you, ma'am.
Have a good day, everyone.
Good day.
God bless you. Nice to see you and meet you here online. I hope you can come to
hello,
the
Shivashankar Reddy garu.
Philippines.
Yeah, thank you, Sarada Group. Shivashankar Reddy is one of my close friends. It's a great opportunity to see both of us online. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you,
Yes,
Sarada.
yes.
Thank you so much, everyone. Bye. Signing
Thank you
off
all.
now.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you. Bye. Thank you.